So for this French onion stew, I'm using a nice big chunk of chuck roast here. This is about 3, maybe 4 pounds. You can decide depending on the crowd that you've got. I'm going to heavily season this because we got a lot of meat here with kosher salt and black pepper. And now I've got my cast iron pot here already seasoned with a little bit of oil in there. And we're going to cook these each separately so we don't steam the meat. We want to get a nice little fond on there. Those will be about 3 or 4 minutes per side. All right, come here and take a look at this. You see this nice brown? That's called the Maillard reaction, and what we're trying to do is get that on all this meat. I'll cook the rest of this, and then we'll put the next step in play. So we've got the last of our chuck steak all done there. Next step, let's put in these onions, and believe it or not, that is 4 whole onions sliced. We're going to leave the fat from the cooking of that chuck roast, and we're going to saute these onions until they're lightly golden brown, pulling up the fond, the brown, off the bottom. We're about 10 minutes in. Look at the caramelization on these onions. Now we're going to add our garlic and sweat this down for another 5 minutes before we put our beef back in. One more step before the beef goes in. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, and we'll mix this around, melt the butter, and then add the stock and the beef back in. All right, let's get it all put together here. I've got my red wine. I'm gonna put in about a cup. You can go a little bit more if you'd like. Also, we're gonna add in 2 cups of beef broth. Give that a little swirl around, and we'll take our seared chuck roast, put it in there with all the drippings, and then on top of this I've got a bouquet of rosemary, thyme, and bay leaves. I'm going to mix this up a little bit to bring those onions up on top, push that bouquet down in the center, and we'll get this in the oven. We've got our oven preheated, 325 degrees, and we'll keep an eye on it. All right, we are ready after about 2.5 hours. One thing you really want to make sure you do is just check on this about every hour. It doesn't take a lot, but you want to keep your eyeball on it. I'm going to serve this up the way I like it best, with a nice serving of mashed potatoes. We're going to create a little basin in there to put our beef in. Put that beef right in there like that. A couple nice big chunks go in the center and off to the side. Get that guy back in there. Now we'll take our spoon and take that nice French onion sauce that's in there. Another piece. See how beautiful that gravy thickened up from that little bit of flour and the butter that we put in. All right, so let's finish this off with just a little bit of fresh diced Italian parsley. Well, there you have it. A French onion beef stew all in one pot. This is comfort food. If you'd like the recipe that we just did here on Cooking with Styles, go to cbs8.com/recipes. Enjoy.